Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness. But since we're going to be talking about the illustrations that are in this book, I definitely wanted to kind of give a shout out to the illustrator, who is Rovina Kai.
C-A-I, I think it's Kai.
Yeah. Okay, so this book is super hard to describe. I actually am not really even quite sure what happened. Essentially, I've never read Moby Dick, so I don't know kind of what the crossover is, but it felt like a retell of Moby Dick from the whale's perspective. However, Moby Dick didn't come into the story. It's really strange. So basically, the basic premise of this book is that we're in the whale's world. We're in the whale's world, and humans are hunting the whales, and the whales are hunting the humans back.
Like they're in war, and we're following a specific pod of whales, and they've taken a human captive.
But they've got supernatural powers that they can give the humans air bubbles so that they can so the human that they've imprisoned can survive underwater.
And the whales swim, but they also have a ship.
Right, and I had trouble kind of envisioning
I didn't
that.
Understand a lot of
And then the world is kind of flipped because it's from the whale's perspective. So when they go towards the surface of the water, that's going down. And when they go to their homes, which are at the ocean floor, that's going up. So it's all flipped and really kind of confusing. And it's really kind of grotesque in certain places.
Yes. So basically, it's about the war between the humans and the whale. One whale, Bethesda, finds a human and is trying to basically end the war.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's about.
Yeah.
And I think us describing it kind of shows the issue I have with this book. There are parts of it that are very lyrically, beautifully written, like Patrick Ness is able to write.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Ness is a really great writer.
Lyrically, poetically, gorgeously written. I don't know what happens.
I couldn't remember what was going on in the book when I was reading the book.
I don't remember. And maybe we didn't say this part. We did get eARCs through Edelweiss of this book.
We did.
And maybe if I had an actual book that I could have flipped back and forth through, but you shouldn't have to work that hard.
Yeah, it definitely is a book that requires much of its readers. However, the illustrations were gorgeous. Those were my favorite parts of the book.
The cover is beautiful. The illustrations are beautiful. Even they have, because since we had an arc, they're even sketch, not final art. Those were beautiful.
Yeah, they were.
But
and they kind of helped me envision the plot because I feel like there really wasn't much going on in the plot. It was a lot of action sequences, which I don't really to me, I need an actual story.
And it's not a very long book. And we were trying to talk about, I'm not sure who is the intended audience is for this book because I don't see myself giving this to kids at my library. Now, you said kids that age out of the Warrior series by Aaron Hunter.
I think the older teens and tweens who are reading the Warrior series, I think they could find themselves in this book, and I could see them enjoying this book because it is very similar, kind of. I don't know. I just don't get into the books with the anthropomorphic animals, though.
See, and I don't read enough to have a stance on that. I just didn't feel connected to this book, and there were times that I was I got slightly there was a part with the shark and the baby whale and stuff that I was kind of into, but I didn't care enough. I finished reading the book and I was I don't know what that was about. I don't remember it, and it literally, I think I read it in one sitting. It wasn't a very long book.
Yeah. I don't think we really have much else to talk about because there just really isn't much. I think it is a dense novel that you can talk about. We just don't have anything to talk about for it.
And I think that there are certain readers out there that will like this book, and I think the illustrations are beautiful. I could see this book ending up on a word list because it's one of those, you have to really think about it and process it. I just didn't do that. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. So we should rate it.
All right. Our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns, and if we don't like it, it's a horse and doesn't get a horn.
I have no idea where I am. I keep wavering, and honestly, I'm going to have to go with a 2 because I don't remember it. I have no desire to read it again, and I didn't even know how to rate it because, like I said, the illustrations are beautiful, and there are parts of it that are wonderfully written, but for me, it was just kind of okay.
I feel, I don't even know. Like, if I were rating it for illustrations, it would get a 4. If I were rating it for story, it would get a 1. If I were rating it how I feel like I'm supposed to rate it, it would probably get like a 3 or a 4. But I think I'm just going to give it 2 unicorns because just kind of mashing that all up and coming out with a rating is just kind of there.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.